Hey everyone. I'm not sure what happened to Dr. Cindy, but I'm guessing she'll be right back. I'm excited to do this interview um, with Dr. Cindy Macfarlane, especially because there are so many individuals who I know are either selling a practice or buying a practice, or have purchased a practice. And for the most part, there seems to be this idea of I'll buy this practice and 25% or 50% of people will leave and I'll just kind of accept that. And the other day, Dr. Cindy and I were talking about how her journey is going, having bought this practice, and she just shared some amazing statistics with me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I know that we both really love helping other chiropractors and making an impact. So let's get together and talk about what you're doing so that we can help other docs. And through helping other docs have a great transition, that we can make sure that people continue on with regular chiropractic care. So, Dr. Cindy, welcome. Thanks for joining me.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Uh-huh. And if all of you are looking at Cindy's background and going like, wow, what a cool place. I just got like the tour of the beautiful condo that she and her wife Deb bought when they first moved to Atlanta so that Cindy could go to chiropractic college. And we were both talking about how the beginning of your journey has nothing to do with the end of your journey, whether that's in practice or in relationship or even in buying your home. We were both talking about how broke we were when we landed in the place that we are now, and how teamwork and diligence and consistency and persistence, it really pays off. So just congratulations to you on so many levels. So let's jump in, and let's first just talk about, especially because I just connected you with a student the other day who is interested in joining the boot camp and wondering what's the right time. Let's spend just a couple of minutes about when you joined the boot camp and what prompted you to join as a student when you weren't seeing practice members, and yet you had the insight to join. So tell us about that story.
So I was connected to you actually through another student and member of the boot camp, Maxine Toro,
Yeah.
who joined the boot camp when she was a student, and she had done, dived into a bunch of the material and said, Cindy, you should really look at this. Like, this might be really, you might really vibe with this. And I was like, I'd heard of all the other coaching things that are out there, and I was like, not interested. I'm not interested in that. I'm not really somebody. I kind of have my own tune that goes on with me, and I'm not interested in somebody telling me what to do. I'm not down with that. And so I was really hesitant and kind of just hung back for a while. And then at the time, I was the president of the student chapter of the IC, or not ICPA, the ICA. And you had been on campus, and you'd been around, and I connected with you to possibly have you come and speak when you were going to be in this area doing a mastermind. And like, I just connected with you right off the bat. We were fast friends, to say the least. And you came and spoke to the ICA, and it was really great. I was just like, wow, this is really valuable information, because in school you don't learn all the things that you really need to, as far as running a business and how that looks like and what you need to do. And so I thought, well, what better time than now? I mean, when I get out of school, what am I going to do? I mean, I've got to be prepared for whatever that looks like. So why not do it now? And
Yeah.
then whenever you're done, you're ready to go. So I think I had, like, I don't know, 2 years or a year and a half, something like that, of school left to go whenever I joined the boot camp.
And what amazing fun journey we've had.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, like, just so many, and showing up matters, right? Showing up matters. And Cindy and I have such an amazing friendship from showing up, from both of us showing up at boot camp live events. Obviously, I have to kind of show up. But Cindy shows up, and as a result, like, just amazing friendships, and it's had an impact on your practice. Like, we're going to go through the top three things to ensure high retention when purchasing a practice. That's what Cindy did. And number 3 is from a conversation that she and I had laying on the ground on the ballroom floor at the Ultimate Marketing Boot Camp. Cindy asked me for some individual help at lunchtime. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. But here's the deal, we got to lay down. I've been on my feet for 2 straight days. And so we literally laid down, like my feet were going that way, hers were going that way. Our faces were next to each other so we could look at each other. And we talked about the third strategy that we're going to go through. So the very first strategy that you committed to have high retention was to show up authentically and drenched in love. Tell us more.
Um, so the practice that I purchased, the doctor had 2 offices and she's phasing into retirement. So one of those was selling off this second practice. And there had been a lot of other doctors that had been in and out of their associates. So there was not consistency. So, nobody really knew what was going on and how that was going to be. So whenever I came in and took over, I was like, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. And I just showed up authentically and loved all of these people who really wanted to be invested in a community and feel like they were part of something. And so showing up, I have a big heart and I just wear it on my sleeve. And so showing up and just showing these people that I'm here for you and I'm dedicated to whatever it is that you need, whatever that looks like. And not just saying that, but showing that in my actions. I've never said to anyone, hey, I'm here authentically for you. But I show up that way every day when they come in and I go the extra mile and they know that that's what they're going to get when they come in. And it's not just from me, but it's from my front desk. It's from everyone, from every angle.
You bring up a really good point that I'm not sure that I've thought of before when buying a practice, especially one like what you were talking about. They were used to people coming and going, and it kind of makes me think of my husband and I both have a special place in our heart for kids that are in foster homes, and just how they're tossed about and they're not really sure, like, are you coming, are you going, is this going to be my home, like what's happening? And to a lesser degree, obviously a practice member can feel that way when the owner has had multiple doctors in and out and in and out and in and out. And so showing up and being like, I'm going to be here, like you're going to see the same face week in, week out, day in, day out. I've got you. I'm here. Let's do this. And just that constant reminder, um, because people believe what they see, not what they hear. Right. And so you showing up and doing that. And you said that your office manager has just come alive as well. And probably
Yeah.
for that security of you showing up grounded as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been so smooth and so easy. It really has been an easy thing. And making sure that the systems that were in place, we just left, they were great systems. We've tweaked them to be boot camp friendly, and there were some that weren't. So we've just slowly changed internal systems and done it very slowly and gradually.
And that's number 2 is be intentional about the changes that you make and make sure you involve your people in the process. Tell us more about how you did that. And first, what was the thought process behind it? And then how did you do it?
So the thought process was, listen, we're all here and none of this is going to go away tomorrow. So let's just do this slow and easy. Let's do this right. So we just took one system at a time and said, this is how this is currently going and how do we need to make this work so that it's more efficient, it's better for what we need for long term, and how are we going to go about that? So we just took one system at a time and broke it down and then made the slow, gentle tweaks to it. We introduced people to things slowly and easily. And as we did, when we introduced changes that we made in the office, it was done with, we're doing this to help you. We're making this better and easier for you. This is every change we're making is to help you. And so just going about it in that way was really beneficial.
And I love that, because you involve them in the conversation, then the words have meaning. right?
Mhm.
Because we could say, like, this is all about you. And if number one, that's not really our intention, but we're just using that as beautiful packaging, people will feel it. But clearly they they understood, like, this is about you. This
Yeah.
is about your experience here. And of course they want to stay.
Yeah.
So beautifully, beautifully done. And something that I really have observed you doing too is you kept your eye on the prize, and that's the long game of it doesn't have to immediately be, oh, this is my practice now, which it of course was, but this is our practice, right? Sharing it with your practice members
Mhm.
intentionally has led to the results of very high retention. So let's talk about it.
Okay.
Like, how many people have requested a change of their files?
3.
Did everyone hear that? Three. Three people. And how old was this practice? How many years had it been in operation?
It had been 6 years.
6 years and three. One, two, three. When Cindy told me that, I'm like, that's unheard. Like, I've been in this profession for decades. I have never heard of that kind of retention. So, all of you, listen up. Not only if you're buying a practice, have bought a practice, are considering buying a practice, but even for our own practices, listen up. To have only three people transfer is like incredible. Congratulations.
Thank
And
you.
that leads us to number three, personally contact everyone. Let's talk about how you did that. What was the assignment, and how did that even lead to really just showing up and protect and for another practice member, or for a practice member with this podcast? So where did you get the idea? What happened?
So it was a conversation that you and I were having, and you reached out to me one day and said, "Hey, are you up for a challenge?" And I'm ready to jump in the deep end of the pool anytime. So let's go. And you said, "I challenge you to reach out and contact 50 practice members. Just pull your list and just randomly pick some, start at the bottom, start in the middle, start wherever." And so I did. And I reached out to all of them. I personally called every single one of them and just said, "Hey, this is who I am. This is what's happening. And I just want you to know that we are part of your healthcare community and we're here for you. I'm here to help you with whatever it is that's going on for you. And if I can't help you, I certainly will find someone that can, and just want you to know that we're here." And just introduced myself. And I mean, I got like 15 reactivations just out of that.
For a phone call.
Yeah.
Yeah. So beautiful. And I hope all of you heard that the key wasn't where to start, it was start and go. And that's what Cindy did. She wasn't looking for, like, well, what's the magic bullet going to be? It was whether you start at the top of the list, the middle of the list, like anywhere, choose 50 and just get started. And that built momentum, right? And then you have a couple of conversations and a few people start scheduling. You're like, oh, this feels really good. So go for the win. The win produces excitement. That excitement produces momentum. And we never stop a momentum phase. And that's what you kept doing. And that's what you kept doing. And that's what you kept doing. And then when they came into the practice, and now you shared with me the other day, like, how many referral new practice members did you serve? Was
Uh,
it like last week?
oh, 7.
7 referral new practice members. How easy is that? So those of you who are, looking for the next shiny bullet, let's just like get grounded in our chiropractic philosophy, which says above, down, inside out. So above, down, like from you, inside out, from your heart now, like referrals are the easiest thing on the planet to do, to guarantee like you're serving your niche, number one. Number two, that people know kind of like the rules before they even get started. And number three, like, talk about a low cost, a low cost way to easily grow your practice with new practice members.
I've
Referrals,
spent
referrals,
zero.
referrals.
I've spent zero in marketing and I've doubled my business.
Did everyone hear that? Spent zero in marketing, spent $0 in marketing and doubled your practice. Ding, 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 ding. How have you done that? What's the number one thing that you commit to every single day that has led to that kind of result?
Just showing up and giving people all that I have. That's it. Like I just show up and people feel heard and they feel like someone took time and listened to them and truly wanted to do everything that they possibly could to help them be better, live better, or just live their best possible life,
Mm.
whatever it looked like.
And you know what? It's so interesting. So yesterday, Liz Hafer, one of our buddies, and I
Woo-hoo.
talked about how you generate 7 figures in a year. And her number one thing, serve from a grounded state. And you're saying the same thing. So doubling your practice, whether that means going from 100,000 to 200,000 or going from a 500,000 to over 1 million, serve from a grounded state, showing up authentically. And 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 to me, the number one skill in that is quiet listening. I mean, I have to believe you're doing a lot of quiet listening to get results like that.
Yeah. Like I get Google reviews and all of them say the same thing, that I listened. I heard them.
And the cool thing about it is every single one of us can now do that thing. It doesn't take a big pocket, like checkbook balance. It just takes shut up and listen. And people will tell you how they want to be served.
They will. It's not like rocket science. It's super easy.
And yet it's so easy to make it difficult. Yeah, I agree. Um, so Cindy, as we say goodbye, um, what is your advice then to somebody who's sitting on the sidelines? Like I spoke with a doc yesterday who's watched me on social media for over 3 years, and then like finally got on a call. And by the end of the call, she's like, I wish I would have done this 3 years ago. I'm like, I know, like I've been here. Like, what what advice do you give to them of the person who's still watching and not taking action?
You're only stopping your own growth. You're only stopping yourself. You're only limiting your own potential, and you're limiting the opportunities that you have to serve other people.
You know what's so funny? How often have you heard people say, like, I just keep getting in my own way?
Oh, I do it. Like, yeah, yeah. And just stop. I mean, just stop, because you don't have to. There's no rule anywhere that says you have to continue to keep getting in your own way.
Yes.
Just stop it right now. Just do one little thing. I mean, it
Yeah.
doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't do anything. Just hop on a call with you. Just sit down and have
Yes.
a conversation. And
Yes.
even if, no matter where that conversation takes you, what road that takes you down, you spent a moment looking at yourself and looking at your own potential and possibility. And if you're not willing to do that, then what game are we in? We're in the people business, right? And we
Mhm.
have chiropractic through that, and we get to love people and serve people. So why wouldn't you want to be a part of a group or a tribe of people that all celebrate that, support that, and help you with that? I know right now I could hop on the phone and call 5 or 6 people, and I could get help with something that I needed right now in real time. And then these people would follow up to see how it went or if there was anything else I needed. I mean, there is no other organization that I am aware of in chiropractic that can happen. And that is what the 56 boot camp is about. There is a whole culture of people here that is second to none, and you will not find it anywhere.
I Yes, 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 and thank you for being a part of that and making that true. When I talk about the boot camp, I can't talk about the boot camp without talking about our tribe. And our tribe in one word is love. not a surprise that that was the very first thing we talked about, and how you build high retention is love. Love is the connector, love is the bridge. Dr. Nicole Quinn, a boot camper, posted about our private coaching call yesterday, and then Ada, who's another boot camper, added this. I love how Dr. Barb, makes it all so clear and simple. Change doesn't have to be hard. So look, I'm speaking to all of you, and Cindy's
Coach.
backing me up here. If we haven't been on a call, or maybe we have and you didn't join the boot camp, today is the day to get on a call with me. Like, take action. Like you heard, that's what Cindy did when I challenged her with those 50 calls that doubled her practice. She didn't stop and think about it. She just took action. Like, I don't know where I'm starting, that one. And she just took action. Like, she didn't let her thinking slow her down or get in her way. She just took action. And that's what I invite all of you to do today. Take action. Take that step that is going to lead to monumental shifts in your life and in your practice. So Cindy, thank you so much to all of you who joined us. Thanks a bunch. I hope you have a great day, and make it a weekend that is one to remember. Be intentional. Cindy, lots of love to you.
Same to you, my friend.
See ya, everyone. Bye.
Bye.